Howdy YouTube neighbors. Today we're going to be talking about Emberdrain, a mechanic that's pretty much exclusive to Umbra. Now technically Wormkin has an Emberdrain card, but that's not one of the big four that's come to be called the Emberdrain package. In summary, Emberdrain cards are powerful cards that you pay for with interest to your Ember, and the more you play, the more it keeps stacking up until before very long you find yourself with no Ember at all. Now obviously there are countermeasures, but for now let's look at what makes these cards so appealing. First up is Perils of Production. That's the card that lets you completely ignore the downsides of Emberdrain if you play it properly. It gives you Rage 3, which itself is not insignificant scaling, but more importantly gives you 3 Ember. Now it wants Holdover and Spell Chain every time, no exception. At the very least, it wants Holdover. So even if you have triple-digit Emberdrain on your units, if you have a Holdover Perils, you'll have no less than 3 Ember every single turn. If you see Perils of Production in your starting cards, chances are pretty good that you're going to be going into the Emberdrain archetype that run. Likewise, if you see Void Binding in your starters, which you only will if your primary clan is Umbra, you're likely going into an Emberdrain run, especially if you see Perils on one of the first 2 rings. What makes Void Binding so amazing is that it covers both survivability and scaling and does so exquisitely at the base cost of 1 Ember. Now, Void Binding wants to get its effect doubled. There's a couple ways of doing that. If you have Perils, then the simplest way is a -1 in double stack. If you don't, then you'll need a -2, and you can use either double stack or Spell Chain to get Damage Shield 4 and Rage 12 off of 1 casting. In the absolute worst case scenario, a -1 still makes it a free Damage Shield 2 and Rage 6, which is still pretty hot. The black sheep of the family is a mortal trade. It grants Lifesteal 4 for only 2 Emberdrain, but it's at odds with Void Binding, which grants damage shields. But if you don't have Void Binding and do have Perils, then Immortal Trade still does good to keep your units alive. And if you have no other Emberdrain cards at all, it's still a very good permafrost target for use during Relentless, where you don't have to worry about the Emberdrain. And then finally, there's the rare spell, Furnace Tap. Furnace Tap is simple and powerful. It gives you multi-strike at the cost of 4 Emberdrain. It literally doubles the damage output of a unit. For those of us who are crazy enough to play Monstrous Penumbra solo, it is the binary switch that determines whether we win or lose the run. For sane people, it's even better. If you have Perils, you'll want to add Remove Consume to it. Otherwise, just give it double stack, or make it free if you're on the zero-cost Void Binding plan. But in order to access the power of the Emberdrain package, we must overcome the downside of never having any Ember. The most consistent means is to visit as many magic shops as you can and dump -1s into everything until all of the functional cards of your deck are free. The easiest way is Holdover Perils of Production, but this requires you first seeing Perils and then not getting unlucky with early magic shops. Trying to maintain the Emberdrain package without Holdover Perils in the mid-game is dicey at best. And then finally, if you're running Melting Remnant as your secondary clan, you have options to just wipe the Emberdrain off your units in the cards Resin Removal and Wickless Recruitment. Okay. It's time to talk about Seraph the Diligent. If Seraph the Diligent is on your list of bosses that run, you're pretty much stuck with the zero-cost deck option unless you high-rolled with a Melting secondary. If the first card that you have to play each turn in order to have Ember is Holdover Perils, then that's the card that gets consumed, and you just entered a lifetime contract of never having mana again. I say lifetime because Seraph the Diligent will end your life if this was your plan when you rolled up on him. So, make absolutely sure if Diligent is at the end of your run, or is the gatekeeper to Divinity, that you are not relying exclusively on Holdover Perils of Production. Alright, that's it for the intro. Let's get to the video and see the Emberdrain package in action. Okay, our deck begins with Void Binding, but not with Perils of Production, and that's absolutely fine. Void Binding is a good enough card that it's worth building a deck around entirely, and that's probably what we are going to be looking to do during this run. Now we have Primordium, so Sap Seraph is a consideration. If we are going to play Superfood, then we need to make sure that we can scale fast and hard enough to get around essentially taking sap twice. We got Incant and Shattered Hellborn Harvest Arcus and Damage Shield Daedalus. Not a terribly frightening group of bosses. And everything else we have is just kind of there. I do like that I have Vine Grasps because they're 0 cost. Looking at the Horde. I'm a big fan of Cursed Vines. If this were Diligent, this would be a snap pick for me. But Cleansing Water is just too good. I gotta take the Cleansing Water. And we have Void Binding. We really want to take Superfood. And so long as we can get, I'd say, at least 3, maybe 4 copies of it in the deck, we can easily outrun Sap Seraph. So that's what we do. Now the question is, do we take the artifact here or not? And I think the answer is yes, we do. Not much to like here, honestly, but Boon of the Blacksmith will definitely help us in the mid-game, because if we're going to be leaking, I suspect that's where we're going to be doing it. Spikes 3. Let's take a look at our map. We're going to be valuing magic shops highly this run. So we can expect our first steel shop to be on 4. Because we're going to want to see the Awoken banner over the Umbra banner for sure. And I want to see this Merchant of Magic. To that end, I do want money. Spikes 3 is a little bit frightening, but we have Plinks, we have Entumber Assault. We got Vine Grasps. So I think... Oh, what am I doing? I think we can easily take this trial. I don't see us leaking much, if at all. And we already begin with Primordium on his lonesome. Alright, I'm going to... Well, it doesn't matter which morsel I put up because they're not going to get eaten. So, go ahead and put Primordium down. With Superfood Primordium, you usually don't want to put him first because he'll pass off the Emberdrain, but it's going to be alright. Let's see. I think I'm just going to double up on the damage and get rid of this 7x2. I think that's correct. Toss out a Rebel Morsel and toss out the Excavator. We'll keep the Jewelers because there's a non-zero chance we redraw them. Alright. Now we have a Train Steward. We can start eating. Clear out. Oh yeah, Emberdrain. Of the two, I think I actually want the Rebel Morsel. And we'll keep the Morsel Excavator in hand. And yeah. Clergy don't even make it up top. And let's go ahead and get an Entumber Morsel down. Alright, Hose Water hit 2 of them. I think... it's worth it to hit the 5-1. And we'll do another Entumber Assault. And then put the others into Root Seeds. Alright. I think we're good to go ahead and take the Void Binding now. And I think I like the guaranteed kill here. Alright, Morsel Miner looks good. Magma Morsel looks good. Morsel Jeweler looks good. And we should easily have a win here. We're going to take 3 from the Emberdrain, but that's okay. Small price to pay for 75 gold this early. The obvious answer here is Prismal Dust. Problem is, if we don't see Perils of Production, then we either give up Void Binding, or we're going to be chasing a zero-cost deck. Which means that Prismal Dust won't be doing much for us. Nonetheless, we have Superfood. It's really hard to pass up Prismal Dust. The other choice would be Packed Morsels, and I don't think it's Packed Morsels here. I'm going to be looking for either a Wretch or a Stalwart Snack if we're going with the Void Bindings. So let's take the Prismal Dust. Okay, we got the Razor Sharp Edge, we got Steel Enhancer, we got Sting. Funny we didn't pick up those Sting artifacts. Razor Sharp Edge is scaling. But let's be honest, it's dangerous scaling because Primordium is not going to have much in the way of health. I think the Steel Enhancer is the better bet. Over time, it's going to produce more force than the Razor Sharp Edge, and it's cost 0, and that's major for this deck. So Steel Enhancer it is. Alright. Not a particularly hot opening. Not in love with that double stack. Not at this juncture. Double checking. We have no Rejuvenate triggers. We do not. If we had Lifesteal, that'd be one thing, but we don't. So we take Shattered Shell here. Not my first choice for a unit, but it's a sweeper, and you can't really go wrong with sweepers. I'm going to put a -2 into Void Binding. That will leave Void Binding open to... We could potentially double stack it, but I would rather Spell Chain it, I think. Yeah, I think that's the play. I don't have anything I need to see intrinsic yet. And we obviously don't have any infusions to make. So we have a temple on 3, and then our next temple is 5. That's fairly good. It means we might have to hold on. Okay, let's see. Void Binding is 0. So let's get started on those root seeds. And 25. Let's go ahead and spin it before we buy that +10 magic power. Remove, consume, and Prismal Dust. Honestly, I don't think so. Not in this run. I think I'm only going to be able to cast Prismal Dust once, if that. So, -1 root seeds. And we'll go ahead and put 10 magic power into Umbra Assault. Or, alternatively, we're not really looking for morsels, and Vine Grasp is already free. So let's put it into Vine Grasp. Yeah, that's good. And then on the next ring, I'm probably going to hit up the Hell Vent, because I want to dupe that Void Binding. Alright, we have a plan. Let's get it. Mark of Invasion is definitely doable. We have a large amount of pings and spell damage. And we'll be drawing into Shattered Shell, so we just need to make sure we can keep Shattered Shell alive, which should not be hard to do, honestly. So we'll take the Mark of Invasion trial. Alright, Hose Water putting in work. Got 2 up top, 3 on bottom, and 2 on bottom. Missed the one I really wanted to see hosed, though. Okay, so Shattered Shell goes down first, so I don't pass off Emberdrain. Alright, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're not taking all that much in the way of damage. You can go ahead and give a Steel Enhancer to Primordium. And I think I'm going to go ahead and Suicide a Train Steward down below. Alright. We overstacked a floor and leaked one. That is completely expected when you take Mark with HD Boys. I want to plink down here and get that Collector. Morsel Jeweler. Never bad. Put Root Seeds into Primordium. Oh. Missed my end turn button there. Is it time for Void Binding yet? Probably not. Not with Prismal Dust coming up. So yeah, we will more than likely redraw it before the boss hits top floor. So I think we're fine. We have 1 damage shield presently. I think it prudent. Get my plink on. That could have gone better. I want an Entumbral Morsel. And I think I would rather draw another card next turn. Okay. What are we doing here? We're going to kill the Hasty Boy, that's for sure. And I believe that I'm going to put in my Root Seeds and drop 3 damage shields. I think that's correct. Okay, Steel Enhancer, Tumble Assault, Vine Grasp, Root Seeds, and here's 2 more damage shields, and we should now have this perfectly clear. Put in 5 damage. That ain't bad. Alright, we do in fact have the kill. Leaked a little bit, but once again, not unexpected. A +10 in here and Mind Collapse could go a long way to actually generating us some Ember, since we just now learned we will not be seeing Perils of Production this run. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Mind Collapse. Glimmer is tempting. Sting kind of is, but we've already seen the Sting artifact, so it's not likely to get any better. I'm going to skip here. I don't think I can get much value out of those cards. Yes, I am indeed going to swing left. We're going to peep the Umbra Banner. Hovergorger. Nah, that ain't it. We're going to skip here. Check the temple. We got Spell Chain. Okay, we are off to the races here. I still don't need an Intrinsic. We're going to get a little bit shard heavy as we copy the Void Binding. Let's see what the Cavern's got for us. Well, I could get rid of a train steward for a couple rings. Alternatively, I could see what they do with an Umbra assault. Let's do that. Let's purge the Umbra assault. Let's see what they do with it. 65 shards. Safe word Daedalus. Let's go. Okay. Not the hottest opening hand ever, but let's see. I'm gonna try and knock one of those damage shields off. Awesome. Root seeds up, and I am gonna start work on that 9x2. Ah, no, I'm not. There's a healer. That was a mistake. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, here is where we start crippling ourselves a little bit. We're going to put the plink down. Okay, alright, that's nice. Of the two, I'm about to go into Emberdrainville, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Morsel Excavator and send the Rubble Morsel down to die. And we are just going to start putting Rage and Damage Shields down. So we're about to pass on 24 Rage and 8 Damage Shield, and that is just going to keep exponentially getting better. Okay, I have no cards to play, so let's just consume the Prismal Dust and move on. Alright, I have a free Root Seeds to play, and that's it. Okay. I didn't find a +10 for him, so not doing much here. I got a free Root Seeds. I still have 11 damage shields. That's going to come down to 9 in a second. But I'm going to redraw into my Void Binding, so there will be more. We'll go ahead and take the 5-1 here. Man, that's a late sharded up sweep unit. And more Void Bindings. Brings us back up to 13 damage shields and 55 rage. And 16 damage shields. We more than have this. I can save myself a damage shield here. Nothing to cast, so just press in turn and watch Void Binding do all the work for us. I would love Cycle of Life for Primordium, but we're in the Void Binding plan, and getting that down to 0, not happening. Likewise, we're not on the Morsel plan, so Shroud Mitosis doesn't really do anything for us. We can't even really speculate on the little abusive combo. I like Husk Hermit better than Shattered Shell. In fact, I'd like to infuse my Shattered Shell into Husk Hermit. Yeah. So Husk Hermit's going to be our carry unit for this run. And we can't... Taking Ember does nothing for us because we're going to Ember Drain ourselves to the floor. And we don't really need space. So we're going to take draw, see if we can get to our Void Bindings faster. Okay, there's a magic shop here. Where am I going to see a steel shop? Okay, I got a removal dupe on 5. I'm hitting that. Probably going to hit the magic shop on 6. Probably hit the steel shop on 7, and definitely hit the magic shop on 8. So, right now... question is, do we value removals more? Or do we value magic shop more? Magic Shop represents 2 more free root seeds. And potentially bringing Mind Collapse online. But I can also buy removals. I'm gonna be flush with cash, and I'm going to removal dupe next ring. So I think I've just talked myself into the Magic Shop. Oh, I got my Stalwart Snack. I definitely want to pivot to Stalwart Snack here because I want Primordium. Now that I'm going to be pumping Void Bindings into him, I want him to stay around longer. Nothing changes my mind here. We don't need Quick because we're going to have so many damage shields. So yeah, we just take the cash here, take some more cash here. Let's peek in the Magic Shop first. Remove Consume. Alright, so we're probably going to be spinning that. Split Anvil does nothing for us with Emberdrain. Firewall is added insurance. Capricious Reflection I'm inclined to pick up because we are just on ring 4. We have our units already selected, so we don't have to worry about Capricious Reflection screwing those up. So I think we take Capricious Reflection. We've raised the floor, and the ceiling's always as high as it's been. So we'll take that. -1 still goes into Root Seeds. 20 in Consume. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in a Plink. We are unlikely to cast it, but in the event that we do, like perhaps in the first turn or two, I want it to go away. Alright, let's spin it. Double stack. I still don't think it's double stack here. So we just take a -1. I'm going to go ahead and do the same with another Plink. And let's start getting rid of Train Stewards. Okay, now the question is, do I go broke to remove the 3rd? And I think the answer is no. No, I do not. So, not as amazing a round as I would have hoped, but a significant of our deck is now free. Whew, Heaven's Seal at 80 shards with Party Boys? I think that's... What artifact could they show me that would make me want to do this? I honestly can't think of it. Chain of Gems, maybe? No, I think we skip here. Heaven's Seal... God, no, just, yeah, the wrong upgraded defender, and that could actually be game over. So... There's several draws that kill us in the opening, and this is very similar to one of them. And because it's Party Boys, we're not going to have much use of our pings and backline access. So we're going to stick with Shattered Shell, one more ring. Yeah, might as well go ahead and... Is that regen? Yeah. And start putting some work into you. Okay. We have not yet drawn a Void Binding, which is concerning. There's 16 damage here. We're going to let the Husk Hermit take the Collector. I would like to go ahead and consume this Plink. And actually get something for my trouble. Put our free stuff into Primordium. And not honestly sure what I'm doing. Where are my void bindings at? Okay, here's one. So yes, we still play void binding into Primordium. I'm going to drop a Train Steward Meat Wall down below. And Root Seeds up. We'll take 14 to the Pyre, but that's okay. There's no one I can hit with this, so I'm just going to put it into you and let you actually die. Alright. Well, Fortune Smiles, we have both our Void Bindings. So we're going to start stacking up the damage shields real quick here. Oh yeah, I forgot I put 2 of them into consume. Let's see. Why not? I'm going to go ahead and consume the Prismal Dust. Mind Collapse does nothing for us. But we're mighty now. Alright, Hose Water got them both. Suck it, party boy. In fact, I'm going to move you in front of your tank there. Not that it matters, I sweep, but I just want you to have a face-first view of your demise. Alright, I'm not running up the score here. I'm honestly looking to see where we have scaled our Shattered Shell at this point. That's a 328 off of, what, 8 turns? That ain't bad. That ain't bad. We can go faster, though. We need at least one more of those Void Bindings. Permafrost Excavation Eruption. No, once again, we can't get it to 0. Cannibalize isn't it. Engine upgrade. Yeah, there's, once again, no need for Ember. So, we skip here. Oh, Holdover Awake. This would be a great what am I talking about? Non-Emberdrain Primordium run with that. But it is what it is. Pyre Grow. Once again, don't need Ember, and I do need Draw. So we skip. Alright, what do we got? Upgraded Entumber Assault. Huh. Turns it into a Bone Dog's favor, eh? That's not actually terrible. Go ahead and keep working on him. I have no use for him now, but I could definitely use a fully upgraded one. Alright, removal dupe time. Dupe. Don't even have to think twice. Now, we're already up at 100 shards in Ring 5, which is terrifying, but our deck's good for it. What's in the temple? First thing that's in the temple is... Oh, no. We're going to sacrifice Shattered Shell into Husk Hermit. I don't need 30 magic power or intrinsic, and I certainly don't need to go above 125 shards on Ring 5. Okay, Vortex says the last 2 Train Stewards can get it. Go home, boys. Your shift's over. Okay, I got a 50-50 shot of watching Crystal Cloak get completely hosed, and that ain't bad. I'm going to take the Aggressive Amulet because I'm on the Damage Shield plan. I don't care how hard they hit, so long as they don't get by me and get to the Pyre. That's the only time their actual damage matters. All I care about initially is number of hits. So we're going to start off with Shattered Husk, Primordium. Might as well see what we get here. Okay, we'll go ahead and start off with another damage shield. We can do that. And we begin the Void Binding. Start getting Rage and Damage Shield stacking. Okay, Root Seeds, Void Binding, and Void Binding. End turn. We missed the Collector, but I can live with that. I'm going to go ahead and save a hit down below. That's fine. So the question here is, do I consume the Prismal Dust, or do I take a chance on redrawing it when I have Mind Collapse? And I think the answer is goodbye Prismal Dust. Alright, I need to hit 160. Oh, I've already hit 160. Go Snack. Alright. Where can I save a hit? Let's go ahead and save it here. $46 Emberdrain. Okay, I can save a hit. Ha 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 ha! Suck it, Crystal Cloak! Oh yeah. Easy victory here. GG Crystal Cloak. 418 sweeping damage, 55 damage shields, 76 Emberdrain. I think we win this fight. Yeah. See how much harder we've scaled with just one more Void Binding? We're already up at 427 here. With an absurd 57 damage shields. As a matter of fact, let's just completely dominate the cloak. Free Void Binding. Yeah, sure. I must take a holdover in that if I see one. And nothing of interest here. Okay. So we just turned Umbra Assault into a Bone Dog's Gift, and that's more than it was before. We're probably not going to be casting it, and this gives us a reason to keep it in our deck. We're not going to be able to eliminate all the cards we can't cast. There's just not enough time. So I'm happy to have it. I might even stick a permafrost in it. Is that cheeky? I think that's cheeky. Okay, let's talk. I need to see a steel shop. I think, given the, I don't know, that's a really high value steel shop on 7. But that's money and artifact on 7 for Magic. There's some good rings. These are hard decisions. But if I'm going to go to a steel shop, I think it's here. This is a really high value ring. So, yes, we go here. Artifact says, ugh. I think Artifact says Golden Vault here. Steel Shop says Large Stone. Okay. Large Stone is doable, but I don't think it's our answer. So we're going to re-roll Multi-Strike. Okay. We can always take a Multi-Strike. And let's see. I'm going to go a magic shop here. And magic shop here, because that's where my Hellvend is. This is my last steel shop, so I'm just going to take a damage shield 3 and stick it in my Shattered Hermit. I can wait and purge cards later. I'm pretty efficient right now. Question is, do I take the money? I'm getting money next ring. If I get unlucky on the incant shard, that's gonna suck. Let's look at the caverns first, and then I'll make my decision. Build a card, eh? What do you got? Rage. Card draw. Nah, I'm not taking this. It doesn't fit the program. So let's see. I'm probably going to take on this horde. So yeah, let's not tempt the fates with a really high shard count. That multi-strike gives me a lot of power, but can I really hit 180 in 2 turns? I guess we're going to find out. Shattered Hermit, Primordium, Root Seed, Void Binding. And we're going to go ahead and kill you off. I'm going to see a Magma Morsel this time, and we'll leave the Umbra Morsel in. Okay, we're not incant. And then we're gonna Bone Dog it on the pyre. Survey says I've reached 180. Okay, excellent. Consume. And Merc. Any hits I can save are good. Alright. Very quiet turn. Not encamped. Incant? Incant. What a terrible turn for it, too. Ah, well. We're already at 800 damage. Incant? Nope. $900 damage. Oh, it's like Arcus knew better than to come up here. Don't know why I'm getting rid of this spell shield. It's not like I plan on doing anything. 1,000 damage even. Hold the power of Emberdrain. Yeah, he lives 2 turns. Or should I say he hits me twice. Well, there was the Wretch if we didn't see Snack, so yay. Shroud Mitosis ain't it, and Shroud Spike. I got mana issues, and I'm not on a morsel plan, so Shroud Spike ain't it. We're gonna get more draw. Divine Artifact. I'm gonna choose the Holy 25 gold. My Lord and Savior is Void Binding. Okay. no desire to go to that steel shop. There's nothing in it for me. But I definitely want magic. And there's the chain of gems. So I'm not even sure what I'd be looking for in here to take on the shards for it. Where's my bone dog? Permafrost my bone dog. -1 in my last root seeds here. And we're going to get 10 magic power. We're finally going to do something useful with Mind Collapse. We're going to spin it. No. That's bad. Don't do that. 20 in consume. I don't think it's worth 25 gold to me. Not at this juncture. No, I'm not going to see another removal. So we're going to put the -1 into what? Strangely, put it in Plink to ensure it gets consumed. Or I can put it into Prismal Dust to ensure it does something before I consume it. I think it's the Plink. I think right now I value getting my deck as lean as I can. We're going to leave here. We're going to take Stalwart Snack 2. And we're going to see if we can't hit triple-digit damage shields at some point this run. Yeah, we've seen everything. We're not going to take the Horde, because there's no point in taking on the shards when we're not really looking for any particular artifact. Okay. So, Heaven's Seal can really mess us up. Four out of 25 cards in my deck are Void Bindings. I think I can handle it. I think I got this. The target I have to hit is 190. And we're not off to the greatest of starts in doing that, I have to admit. $16. I'm going to go ahead and kill you off. Wilt Wings. I would like to go ahead and consume this Plink. I'm going to do it here. Throw a morsel, that's cute. I'm going to kill a Wilt Wing. And then, really no point in any of this. Okay, that is not good. Not good at all. Not good, fam. Okay. We're going to take shots to the pyre. But we're going to lose gold instead, which, so be it. That's less removals we have in the end, but that's fine. We've hit 290, so we've stabilized. That's the important thing. I would love to kill a Wilt Wing. I'd honestly love to kill more Wilt Wings. Alright. Might as well... Nope. Heaven Seal. And I'll take the Morsel Jeweler. We're up at 17 damage shields. And let's just kill off the Rebel Morsel. Not doing anything for me. Alrighty. 13, 3. I can save myself 3 hits, which ain't bad. And Primordium is still around, which is funny. $13, 10, 3, and 3. I'll take an Encumber Morsel. This will be a quick boss battle. I don't need to know where my scaling is. I know it's insane. Feast. No, I want more Void Bindings over more time. And it's not Crucible Extension either. So we skip. No, we skip. Alright, let's peep the trinket shop. I mean, these are both good. But I'm going to get my value in this ring from, where are you? Another Spell Chain Void Binding. Remove Consume. I do not want to remove Consume. 10 Magic Power. Let's go ahead and put that in the Mind Collapse. -1. It's going to go probably into the Consumable Plink. Reroll. Holdover. Holdover. Oh. That's right. I was going to do that. Here you go. And then we can consume that. There's nothing here I value more than removals, so I'm going to spin it and look here, and still nothing. So let's just get things gone. Let's see. Lowest value in here is these plinks, so let's get them gone. And I think that's going to be it. I am going to take the Divine Boons, not because I need the money, because I want to hit the 150 threshold. You know, the blank pages threshold. Anything I skipped here? No. Alright, 155 shards. Sap Seraph with Primordium, but we have Emberdrain, so... Well, we have Void Binding specifically, but this is an Emberdrain deck. We're basically going to be casting every one of our spells except for one for free. And this is actually a surprisingly good turn for us. Nope, we're going to put down Shattered Husk first. Not that it honestly matters. I am going to drop the Prismal Dust for 2. We're actually going to get some value out of it. Start pumping in the Void Bindings. So we already have 10 damage shields on Primordium at turn 1. Now it's just a question of, does it scale? I don't think we have anything to worry about in the short term. Wait, what do you do? Okay, your Slay triggers. That's just funny to me. Okay. Now, my one health guy can get... Well... Yeah, my one health guy can get a Vine Grasp. I'm going to put a Plink up here. Okay. Very cool. Just cast all of our free spells. We're at 43 damage shields. I think we can hit triple digits. Vine Grasp, or Mind Collapse you. Entumber Assault you. Do not care about Lifesteal Morsel. Harvest Trigger, Slay Trigger. Slay Trigger. You'll die long before the Slay Trigger. And I think we chill and keep Bone Dog in our hand. Bone Morsel. Alright. We can't hit Flying Kill this turn. That's fine. We could have potentially gone fishing for another multi-strike, but I don't think that was the play. Funny thing is, I do seem to recall when I played this seed the first time that I did have a double multi-strike sweeper. That's a funny thing. Was I making better choices in that run or this one? Who can say? That's Monster Train. Oh yeah, we hit our triple-digit damage shields. Let's see. I can save one hit, so I'll do that. I can save a hit. 13. I can maybe save a hit. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Perhaps if we were up against Seraph the Patient instead, we could have gotten a flying kill here, but how much sap? 77 sap we've carried over. But we knew that going in. We knew when we chose Superfood that the plan was to outrun Seraph. Alright, I saved 3 hits here. Go me. I mean, not that I need to save hits with, what was that, 277 damage shields? But, you know, why not? Oh, don't want to ping myself. Not that I would notice. 3, 6, 9 damage? No. 13 by 5. And you get to hit me 5 times, and that's it. That won't even bring me below 250 damage shields. That's the state we're in. I'm just gonna press end turn. I know I'm mighty. I don't need the final score. This is Divinity. We're going to do things a little different. We're going to play Primordium first because Chain of Gems. I would love to kill a Wiltwing. And let's go ahead and pop off your damage shield. Hose Water doing work down below. We do not make use of Prismal Dust in the Divinity fight, but that's okay. Oh, that was my holdover Void Binding. I was like, where's my spell chain? Let's see. I think 21 damage. Let's play it down here. It doesn't really do much for us, but it consumes. We don't have to deal with it anymore. Let's see. Everybody here dead. I would like a shot at Spiky Boy. Okay, Spell Shield is down, and so is Spiky Boy. Next. Alright. I need a place to dump this Plink. Ah, there was a chance I could have taken out the Wiltwing. Hose Water gets the mini-boss. Gets the sharded mini-boss. Alright. Let's see. Is there anyone that can get 20 damage? I see one. Alright. Don't have anything else to do with it. And I actually have mana for Prismal Dust. Not that I need it. And I suppose you can just get a Vine Grasp. 284 by 2. We need to scale harder. But we're going to get there. We're already at 39 damage shields. Cleansing Water, or as I call it, Hose Water, is one of my favorite artifacts in this entire game, because when it hits, it's absolutely hilarious. When it misses, especially on Crystal Cloak, it's frustrating, but I mean, it's not like you weren't going to have to deal with the stealth before seeing the Hose Water. And this is why we went with Snack. Because Primordium just keeps growing exponentially and keeps feeding that exponential growth into Husk Hermit. Well, technically he grows somewhat linearly. It's Husk Hermit that grows exponentially. I am an accountant in real life, so I should at least pretend to respect math. Yeah, both mini-bosses got the Hose Water. Alright, we have the kill here, so let's just go ahead and put Divinity out of his, her, its misery. Well, thank you for joining me for the Emberdrain Archetype series. I kind of wish that I had more cards to show off, but I think this run was a perfect example of picking out one of the particular powerful cards, putting it to excellent use, and then making the rest of your deck zero so that you can actually play it. I think we ended up with a very, very elegant deck. Almost every one of our cards does something for us. Mind Collapse gives us occasional Ember. Prismal Dust on occasion gives us damage shields. Otherwise, we consume it and get it out of the way. These guys were free. We turned our Entumbra Assault into a Bone Dog's favor. This one is the only card that didn't really do anything for us every time we drew it, and that's unfortunate. Well, other than the dead weights, naturally. But, you know, like I said, you can't remove all the cards you want to remove in Monster Train, but we came damn close. So free planks to consume and get themselves out of the way, free root seeds, and of course, the star of the show, void bindings. Well, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.